you spend all this time, money, and energy on these kids, and then it's like, no, there's no way you just trash.
Yeah.
I got you this personal trainer for $50 an hour, plus the actual class, $200 a week, and this, spend $300 on your bat. I need you to not be trash in the whole time.
I mean, I get that too, but it depends on the age we talking about. Like, I'm sorry, my son is 9. We talking about soccer. I'm like, all right, come on. Like, I get it, but like some of the parents, the kids are just starting out, you know, and I'm like, okay, one thing they have to learn how to do is work together, because some kids never had to work together. You know what I'm saying? To understand the skill, to understand what hand-eye coordination is. So you can't really blame them for not winning when some kids this is their first time ever, you know. Some kids may have had some experience, and you're putting all of them together. And then on top of it, 8 and 9, these kids is already all over the place. Like, so come on, like, let's be real. And they're boys. Like,
you be surprised.
They ready to run, you know?
You will be surprised.
Like, my son loves sports, but I'd be like, all right, I'm here to support, but I'm not all the parents like, come on, you gotta win, and they getting mad. I'm like, you good, bro? Yeah, but I'm good. All right. Did you play your best? Yeah. All right. Did y'all win? No? All right. So what you gotta do next time? Work together, ask the coach, and hopefully you get a win next time. But other than that, listen, gotta keep playing, because my son, he could be a sore loser too. I'm like, come on, you ain't gotta cry, bro. Come on, we got it. Pull it together.
Competitive kids.
Yeah.
OP4 TV, I am your host, Uncle Bill from the BX, and today I'm here with
Danielle, host for Conversations I've Never Had with My Father and CEO of Elevate Together.
Nice. Conversations never had with your father. What inspired it?
My work. I'll say I've worked with a lot of men.
Okay.
In my line of social work, and within relationships too. Whether it was a friend, whether it was a partner, my relationship with my son's father, I always felt that people never give a space for men. And I always see that a lot of youth that I work with and children didn't even have a father. And then some of them did have a father, but the title, I thought, wow, there are a lot of things that we don't talk about.
Okay.
One, I feel that when it comes to men, some conversations just aren't had because they were never had. So how could someone know what to say if that conversation was never had?
Well, because we as men got to do a better job of growing and engaging with our families. Episode 47, OP4 TV, a lot of people saw my homeboy D was here, and he literally has, 10 kids. But when it comes to Father's Day, he's like super nonchalant about it. But I told him, I was like, no, we need our families to love us the way we deserve to be loved, because we deserve it.
And to be treated, right? Like,
Absolutely.
Yes, granted, I'm a female. Mother's Day comes and restaurants are packed, right, through the roof, right? And people, when you go in the aisles, you see all this Mother's Day stuff, right? It's Father's Day, you see the grills, right? And I'm like, well, dang, you ain't really on them because the man is back on the grill, right? I was like, that's kind of disrespectful.
Super disrespectful. I never liked that for us.
So I'm like,
I never liked that for us. We deserve better.
Indeed.
We deserve better than glizzies and burgers.
And I'm like, why nobody want to take the man out, to the restaurant? Or why can't someone else man the grill, right? And on it, because if some men do prefer grill food, right? But why is it that the man still has to do the job, right?
Yeah.
Because the reality is too, depending on what era you grew up in or household you grew in, a lot of times people say the man is the head of the household, right? And the man is supposed to
should be the head of the household.
Exactly.
And we should take on those responsibilities, but at the same time, when it's our day,
men need
do right by us.
Yeah, men need self-care too, because the reality is that we all get burnt out, right? No matter who we are, no matter what gender, what sex we are, right? No matter what our job is, at some point, I tell people, we all get burnt.
Yeah.
We literally get burnt. And how do we regroup, recharge, right, if we never stop?
How do we regroup and recharge if we never stop? At some point in time, you got to stop. I think men are progressing more every day. And you see a lot of guys doing more things together. Like we're really trying. Literally, I see men catching up to women. Like the girls' trips have been a thing. Like since I see my mom's going on girls' trips. Never seen my dad going on guys'
Listen, it
trips.
depends on the girl trip. Sometimes too much estrogen in one room. I'd be like, I ain't got time for this. It'd be too much. I'm like, nah.
The guys group chats. Fellas, don't get mad at me. Fellas, don't get mad at me. All right. All we doing is sharing pictures and videos of women and conversations about sports. Very rarely are we really in there talking about what's going on between our ears. Until now. Now I'm in a group chat and with some of my fellas, and we're really talking about what's going on in our headspace. We're really engaging with how can we be better. And we even, to some degree, a lot of us even holding each other accountable.
Yeah, having an accountability partner is the best ever.
Have an accountability partner. See, and that's something women, y'all been on that for the longest. But fellas, I feel like some of us are catching up. At the same time, I feel like some of us are still slacking.
And some of us may not just be in that space, right, where we're around people that will hold us accountable, right? I always tell people we got different pockets of friends, right? You got the friend that, if it's time to bust a nigga upside his head, we're going to bust him upside his head, right? Then you got the one that you be like, dang, I know I need to hear that advice, but I don't really want to hear it right now, right?
And
so
you don't hear from him.
Yeah, right. And then you got the one that's like that neutral that you like, all right, like, I know I can really say what I need to say, and I'm going to still listen, right? But sometimes it depends on where we're at in life, because sometimes we choose to just go with those friends that we know aren't going to give us what we need to really truly hear.
Oh, yeah, the easy way out.
Yeah.
We hang out with the trash friends because it's the easy way out.
And no disrespect to the trash friends, right? But
no disrespect to the trash friends, but everybody has their own space in your life.
Right.
And you need your trash friends every so often. You know what I'm saying? It's 100% a thing. So what questions would you like to see more men or more what more can fathers do according to Denny?
I think really have a safe space for themselves to really express what's really going on in their headspace. Working in this field, a lot of times people don't understand suicide, right? I think people always think suicide is, somebody cut themselves, somebody shot themselves. But I don't think people realize that when people get sick, that's a slow suicide, right? Because some people know they're sick, but what don't they do? They don't go to the doctors.
Yeah.
They don't get help. They feel it inside of them, but they're like, I'm good, right? And some of them literally just slowly just die. But it's not a quick, right, where somebody shot themselves. It's ain't nobody gonna never figure this out, right? Like, I'm sick, so why would people look at it differently? It wouldn't be more, and I say suicide is a selfish act, because it is, because of what comes after that and things like that. But if you think of somebody's getting sick, right, and if you look at it as a suicide, no one's going to think that's selfish, because they're going to say, they were sick and they didn't even know. Wow. But did they really know? Right?
Yeah. Very true. Very true. It's and that's not just with among black men amongst our community. I think that's the thing with all men.
Yeah.
They'll spend $40 for a hookah at the club before they spend $40 for that copay.
Indeed. And some of them might not even have a copay.
Dang. Look at your insurance, people. Find out if you got a copay. Find out if you got a copay for therapy. Find out if you got a copay for your physicals. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. A lot of these new health insurance plans they be doing different stuff.
Yeah, and some people at their jobs have EAP where it's free, free services and things like that. So it's just a matter of what do we see as important, but then too, who is really in our space to show us that we are, like, we need that support, because some people, and this is not just a man's thing, because I don't try to be gender specific, because I think it's an individual thing, but sometimes we we just choose not to do things because we don't want to do it.
Okay.
You know, and it's sometimes too, it's because we don't surround ourselves to be in those spaces, or sometimes we're in a space where people just take, but they never pour back into us. And so we're getting burnt in that way as well, because the reality is, if some people don't look at it this way, but some people don't like to see you get up. And so what they'll do is keep taking, because if somebody keeps taking from you, how do you have time to get up?
Well, most people don't want to see you get up. They want to see you doing well, but not better than now.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's most people. So your speakers, who are your speakers for the conversations I never had with my father?
I have Paul Jones. He's actually my son's barber as well.
How much does it cost a haircut?
We pay $25.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Paul's amazing. I've known Mr. Paul now for...
he's Mr. Paul.
Well, I call him Mr. Paul, my son too, so he knows the respect thing on it. Yeah.
Nice. Set an example. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's been this is the only barber that my son will allow to cut his hair. Like, he sits in that chair and he'll be like, oh, yeah, I need Mr. Paul. Like, he don't even want to talk to me. I'm like, are you on me? Like, at this age. And then I have Mark Mason, who he works down in the city, the mayor's office, over a lot of the violence prevention programs, and I call him FAM, really knowledgeable, really into the work, and really show support to Baltimore and victims of community violence. So those people, they're my fam. They're excited. They, say, hey, we'll do this with you, Denny. And I'm like, great, thanks. So it's nice to have people that support you in the work that you do.
And I'm a support as well. Next Saturday, the 16th.
17th. Saturday the 17th, 12 to 3 at Studio 101010. We'll be out there. It'll be food. It'll be a great conversation. It's going to be amazing. We're not just talking. I'm also incorporating music as well to engage in the conversation. There'll be a takeaway. And it's really a time just to honor you men. And I know I'm a female, but I think that a lot of times men do receive females a little bit differently. And sorry, it did take a female to do this. Not to say there's not men doing this work, but it's really dear to my heart because there are great men out there, and we tend to stereotype our black men. But the reality is we can't keep stereotyping if we don't help our black men. So.
Well, you can't stereotype us no way because according to the statistics, the CDC says that the black men are more likely to be in a home. And for me, as a military veteran, I worked over 20 years in the Army finance field, and the black men are the ones more likely to pay the child support. When I was overseas in Korea, a lot of all the fathers would make the money, and they would send the money home to take care of their families. I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of brothers out there playing basketball, and you could tell how many kids they got by the basketball shoes they wore. So if they wearing Masterpiece sneakers, they probably got like 5 or more. And it's bad. I don't like that for them. I feel like we could have allotted some more money, get them some Air Max or something to protect their feet. Because all those dudes at the VA right now. And this the company, the company under for which conversation is your company. Conversations I've never had with my father. That's under your company?
Yes, Elevate Together.
Elevate Together.
So I'm looking to expand services. So I'm looking right now, and I do a lot of consultation. I'm looking to start more groups. This will be my first panel, so I'm excited about it. Hoping that this will bring about some men wanting to even mentor some younger, men. But not even just men, because I think that some women, right?
Absolutely.
Haven't had conversations with their father. And it's funny when I put this out, they're like, why is this a men only thing? And I'm like, well, why can't it be, right? And because I also felt like if I would have made this open to men and women, I feel that sometimes women will dominate a conversation and won't allow men the space to really get what they need or to speak how they need to speak. And so this is why I made it specific just for men.
Nice. That's what's up. Because there are a lot of women who, when they see a panel, see an opportunity to talk, they don't be quiet.
Oh, how I know.
At least you know. That's what's up. Social work. How long have you been doing social work?
I've been in the field now for about 20 years. I know I don't look it, but
20? How you be working 20 years? You're only 30 years old. Keep
oh,
going.
I
Don't worry about
wish.
it. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Listen, the way my feet crack when I walk, it's more than that. So I started out doing like residential, and then actually my undergrad is in accounting, so I did like a whole 360, and then I received my master's in social work at Morgan State, and just I love the work that I do. I think sometimes people look at social work and say, "You gonna take kids?" I don't take nobody kids. But just for the record.
Because that's your only experience with social workers.
People always say that.
Don't
I'm
put
like,
that on her.
listen, oh my God. People always think you work for CPS. I'm like, social workers are everywhere. But I think it's a gift. God truly gave me a gift. And I just would love to just continue to do his work. I think one of the niche and I think one of the skills he gave me was to engage with people. And I don't like to take that for granted because the reality is everybody doesn't engage.
This is very true.
With people. So I love the work. Right now I'm doing a lot of community violence prevention work. So I'm out there in the trenches. But it's a lot, right? And community violence impacts people in so many different ways. So I don't know. I love being a social worker. Like nothing towards my accounting degree because I feel like I combine it all together with the business aspect. But social work, I feel like it's really near and dear to my heart. And I think if there are more like-minded people that want to see other people come out, we could be better. We could do so much more.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You have a relationship with your dad?
So, I'm glad you asked that question. Yes. So my dad recently just passed away. It's been 2-3 weeks now. And so I truly didn't have a relationship with my dad. I do feel that it was several times where I was trying to build that relationship, but I don't think he knew what it looked like, or did I even know what it looked like. And one thing I try to tell people, even when I was doing therapy, is that relationships look different depending on the stage of your life. So at 5, having a relationship with my dad will look different compared to 20. Compared to 30, right? Compared to 40 and up. And so would I have wanted a better relationship with my father? Absolutely. Because as I began to get in relationships, I seen how not having my father in my life affected my relationships.
Wow. Wow. Well, rest in peace to your dad. Rest in peace to my dad. And y'all enjoy your Father's Day, your Juneteenth weekend. Please support Denny in her event if you're in the DMV area. Again, it's a conversations I wish I never had with my father here in Baltimore. Again, give them the stats and where to find the tickets at.
Tickets are on Eventbrite. You can also follow my page at Elevate Together LLC on Instagram. Also, right now I also do cupcakes because that's my hobby and my sanctuary from
and that's how I met her. That's how I met her.
So every ticket sale, your name will get entered to win a dozen of cupcakes. So even if you refer someone and they buy a ticket and you show me, your name will get entered as well.
Oh,
and
chill,
then we
yo,
will
chill, no. No.
There will be 3 winners. So I'm not going to just pick one winner. There will be 3 winners.
I'll purchase my ticket. I don't want nobody with
you don't want nobody that because it might be a female that refers a man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's going to make the pot bigger. I don't need that. I need like 8 names in that bucket. You got to show up on time. The event starts at what time?
12 o'clock.
You got to show up by 11:30 to get your name put in that bucket. Because I know, you look like you got a lot of black friends. They're not going to be on time. And I need them. They don't get the opportunity to put their name in the bucket. Sorry, not sorry, yo. This is how we getting down.
And then you had the cupcakes, and most people know they really enjoy. People keep saying, "When you ever gonna stop the cupcakes?" I'm like, I think people would come after me if I did.
I'm definitely slashing tires.
There will be cupcakes at the event too. So, yeah, there we go. Right.
We're here with Denny's Desserts. This is OP4 TV. Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.